Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk and I'm Heidi Smith. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, and today I just wanted to share with you one of the little projects that I do, and at this time of year I always like to leave a little gift on my work colleagues' desks, and it usually contains either some chocolate treats or in this instance some tea lights, especially because I've got some men in the team as well, and whilst I'm not saying they don't like chocolate, and they might not like candles either, but you know, I just thought it was a bit of fun. You could put chocolate treats in here, but I've just sized it for 4 little tea lights, and these are just the standard ones you can pick up kind of, you know, here in any of our kind of home bargains type stores. They're the fairly shallow ones, and this just fits 4 of them. So this one is very vanilla, with some vanilla candles, you can see here, and I've used the beautiful Lights Aglow DSP just to give that lovely little shine. And I've actually used up some of my spares from another project, from the tree rings hybrid in embossing folder, and where I've die cut those out and I've had apertures left, these are the tree rings that I've got left as well. So I thought, great, I can use those on another project. So this is it. So yeah, just a little treat box. The DSP I've left in one strip and just wrapped it round rather than cutting separate pieces. Bit of fussy cutting on the poinsettia, but obviously you could use some die cut poinsettias if you've got some from, for example, Merriest Moments. That would work just as well. And so this one is a lovely very vanilla, and I thought therefore, because I've got some lovely mulled wine kind of ones, I'd go for our cherry cobbler. And what I will do is I will show you a little diagram. I've done a template for making these boxes as well, and I find that if you're making lots of them, it's quite useful to do. So that's what the scoring is going to look like after we have finished. So as you can see, we're going to be scoring on the short edge first, then we're going to score between the score lines and score some diagonals. So the great thing about this one, you can get 2 from a sheet of A4 cardstock, that's obviously, you know, in international UK A4 cardstock, and the piece of DSP, you don't even need, you could make it in DSP, but this is a card and it's 17 by 14 centimetres. So on the short edge, I'm just going to score at 1, at 3, at 11, and at 13. Then I'm just going to flip that round, and this is where I'm going to score between those score lines. So between these 2 big score lines, this is the gap here, these are the ones I'm going to be scoring, just these sections to start off with. So between the score lines then, we are going to score at 3 centimetres. And obviously you can use your little mark on your scorer to help you with those. At 7 centimetres. At 10 centimetres. And at 14 centimetres. Now, leaving it in this orientation, we're then going to do some extra scoring as well. So you're going to score at 1.5, just that very top and very bottom little narrow section. You're going to do that at 8.5 as well. And again at 15.5. So you're just going to have to lift it, either move that bar out or just lift it up slightly so you can line it up at 15.5. So hopefully you can see there that what we've got here are our 3 score marks at the top and at the bottom. And so no surprises that the next thing we're going to do is grab our ruler and our embossing tool to do some diagonal scoring. So you're just going to come from each of those centre score lines to those little short ones and just score nice and firmly. Now, if you aren't working on something like as I am, which has got a bit of a give to it, so I've got on a pad of paper, pop it on your stamping pierce mat just to help with those. And you're just coming to diagonally to meet that score line or the edge of the cardstock. You're going to do that at the bottom as well, just make sure you've done all of them. Okay, last one. Now when you've done that, the next thing to do is you're just going to trim away this top corner. There we go, like so. So you're going to end up with a piece like this. Okay, so you can see those score lines. And all you're going to do now is reinforce some of them, because obviously you won't be able to do all of them because of those diagonals. So those nice ones on the short edge, go ahead and reinforce those. Like so. And then for the vertical ones, if you fold it in the middle and just squeeze those diagonal corners. So fold and squeeze the diagonal. Repeat again. So there we go. And then again on this edge here, like so. And then those final couple of diagonals that you've got as well. And then it is really easy to glue together. This section here is going to tuck in. So you're going to add your adhesive just to make that really nice and firm. So what I'm going to do is put some adhesive on these two little corners. Those are going to tuck on the inside, and then I'm going to put adhesive on this section here. And you just, and before you do, on one long edge, run your tape as well. And then all you do is just fold up really gently. And you're at one end you're all nice and glued, and the other one will pop open like so. So you're nice and glued at this end, and you can just pop it open like so. So it's like a self-closing one, and then you can just pop whatever treat you want inside there. So as I say, for me it's some candles. And then you'll see that just holds itself closed. Now, I've seen other people do versions of these, and they've almost like made a crimped effect on this using scoring. I just wanted to go for speed on mine. So I've now got a scrap of some of the Lights Aglow DSP, and I'm just cutting a piece of this which is 6 inches, 15.2 centimetres to 7.5 centimetres. So you can get 2 from a sheet. And then from the back, I'm just working my way and just fold gently and then reinforce it with your fingers. So again, come to the side. There we go. So I suppose really with this belly band going round, you could potentially not even glue the box closed if you didn't want to, because your belly band will hold it in place. So yeah, so all I did was I lined that up against the one edge, and then I'm going to run some seal down the side there. And I say I have this underneath, so you're going to come in and just pop that over the top there. Now with these, what I've actually done is I've already got my die cut, and I wasn't sure whether this would work well or not, but I was quite pleasantly surprised because they're quite heavily embossed. All I did was I just took my "Just for You" and simply stamp it in the middle, and I just press down a little bit more firmly than I normally would. Then I'm going to use my poinsettia stamp and just simply stamp one of those. Then all you need to do is just a little bit of fussy cutting, which is it's a floral shape, so you can easily do that. So as usual, just leave a small gap if that's what you prefer, get a little bit of a border, and just fussy cut that all the way around. Like so. It's a bit of a cold one here today. It is a snowy day, which is unusual for us. I do love the snow though. Unfortunately, here in the UK it tends to be quite wet snow, so it soon just disappears. So there we go. So we've got our "Just for You", a couple of dimensionals on the back there of that. Just going to shape that very slightly and dimensional on the back there, pop that in the corner, add my "Just for You" on the top there, and there we have a pair of quick treat boxes that you could pop anything in, but they are sized to fit 4 tea lights. So little table gift, kind of little cracker box, maybe for the Christmas table, whatever you fancy doing. But if you fancy creating these, then just pop, and you want to use the Ring with Nature, that's the hybrid embossing folder that comes in that bundle. Just go along to Stampin' Up, and then when you get to the checkout, choose me as your demonstrator. I will then get notified, and then I'll be able to send you a thank you gift and little treat in the post the following month. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and if you have a look, you'll find some other 3D projects on my YouTube channel as well. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon. Bye now.